Hey Rockstar, welcome to another episode of Book Discussions. My name is Queen Rafi and this is my podcast, Queen Rafi Space. And for today's episode, we'll be talking about this book, Brimstones and Rainbows. This book was written by Ololade Akintola and it was a very good and informative read. This book was a bit triggering for me and I had to drop it for a while, and I'll let you know as I continue with the discussion about the book. It talks about the trials of a child bride from a remote village who gets married off to an older man after losing her parents, and the problems that she faces, after getting married to this older man. Finally, she's saved by someone who her mother had shown kindness to before. And I love the themes that are covered in this book. The story covers themes like child marriage, pregnancy, child loss, VVF, adoption, infertility, and it did trigger me when I got to the infertility part a little bit. I had to drop the book and then go back to it later. For a brief moment when I was reading that book, I kind of wish that every woman who struggles with infertility had a very considerate husband like Ruby had. But yeah, life is not a storybook, right? It is what it is. And even though this book is fiction, right, it details something that is happening in most of our Nigerian rural communities today. And it is such a sad situation that even in 2024, we still have villages and places where young girls are given out as brides to way older men. And they have to go through very, very unspeakable things. Whenever it is that you can, as a human being, please always lend your voice to the girl not bride conversation, and the conversation of making sure that girls finish school, the conversation of making sure that our girls do not become young mothers even before their bodies and their minds are ready for it. Shout out to Ololade Akintola for writing such a good story and doing her best to put the light at the end of the tunnel for her readers, because the book covered a bit of quite heavy subject. So making sure that the end of the book was light and fun and exciting was definitely something that I appreciated. I hope that you keep writing. I can't wait to read more of the books that you've written, and I was so happy that I got to read this particular book. Thanks for listening.